Hi Cancer, welcome to April. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys are doing brilliantly well. So, April. Mercury moves into the sign of Taurus and communication gets quite serious. It gets quite focused on the future. It gets quite finance oriented. And you just want to focus on your tangibles. Quite all right. On the 5th, there is a full moon in the sign of Libra, and let's call this a financial clear out, okay? Things are going to change. You're very aware of that. And now is the time that you close out those chapters that you know just weren't cutting it. And it's a good time to do it. Venus enters Gemini and love gets fun and flirty. It's all about being lighthearted. It's all about using your language. Flirt. You know, what's the right thing to say? The Sun is in a conjunction with Jupiter, both in the sign of Aries, and this is really good luck. This takes place on the 11th, and it's an eager, energetic aspect, right? So it's asking you to do those things that you know you really want to do. Everything else the Matrix has kind of sucked you into. You might find that you can't quite focus on those anymore. So pay attention to what it is that you know you really, really want. There's a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Aries, and you know, there's certain things that we may have been tolerating for way too long, and it may be a few injustices, and it might even feel like it's time to break away from the false alliances. Don't be afraid to go after what you really want. On the 20th, the Sun enters Taurus, and we become a little bit more grounded, and the energy is a lot more to do with tangible, pragmatic goods. Let's take a look at the cards that have come out for you at the bottom of the deck. That's the Four of Swords, Cancer. King of Cups. Queen of Swords. Three of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups. Nine of Wands. The Hanged Man. The Hierophant. And look how lovely this is. That's the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands. Cancer, I have a feeling that this month of April is going to really ask you to kind of get in alignment with how you're feeling emotionally. And if there is a level of security and stability that is really asking you to make a few analytical decisions, especially when it comes to contractual agreements, partnerships, relationships. I feel as if there is a bit of an emotional moving on that is required from something that's been a little bit burdensome. There's only so long you can hide, Cancer. If you want to stay stuck in a situation, you might find that, yeah, you get a chance to kind of lay low, but there may be the kind of, how do you say, the consequence of becoming a bit stagnant. And I think the truth of the situation really is, with all of this Taurian energy, I think there's a need to kind of get grounded a little bit. This to me looks like marriage. Do you see that? That to me looks like marriage. And it looks as if there is a energy of commitment, long-lasting, successful commitments. But with that, there's almost a need, Cancer, for you to be a little bit emotionally present, emotionally assertive with what it is that you know is the truth and what you know is what you want. And if you're willing to have a little bit more emotional intelligence and use the analytics when necessary, committing to a relationship might mean that you're moving away from things that had burdened the relationship previously. Now, if there is something that is saying to you, stay and work, I think you might find that the way things were going before might not be the way things need to go now. If you are deliberately choosing to stay, then you know that the work that you need to do is actually quite good. It's actually quite lucky. I would say stay and work. Okay? Move on from all of the things that tell you that the relationship is burdensome or problematic or whatever, stay and work on it, Cancer. Do the work, Cancer. Rest on the things that you overburden yourself with and actually use a bit of illumination and maybe even get a little bit more spiritually inclined. Yep. This is actually a really good relationship and it's a good one, and things are going to be moving forward really quickly in the right direction. Whoever this person is, I think that they are definitely a soul match. And there's even an energy of being quite lucky in this situation. You can move forward and you can progress and you can do whatever it is that you want to do in order to make things work out for you. But if you choose to stay stuck without doing the work, then I think that whole overburdened energy is inevitable, isn't it? And so you kind of got to ask yourself what it is exactly that you want from the situation and what it is exactly that you're willing to do about fixing it. It's always the easy option to move on, right? It's never the easy option to stay and work. So what is what's the easy option? And is that really the energy that you want to invest in April? I think with your communication being focused more so on the money and the tangibles and the future, any emotion that you are putting forward towards this commitment might need a little bit of an assertive, analytical edge to it. If you decide to walk away, it doesn't mean that the burdens are going to go away. It means that you might carry them with you. So when you are deciding to walk on, why don't you sort out all of the things that are burdensome in the first place and really illuminate a little bit? And sometimes that is done with this Hierophant energy by, I don't know, even consulting someone that you think has a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of understanding. I think this relationship is rock solid and you really don't have to worry as much as you have to do. The only thing you really need to worry about is where are you emotionally speaking? 8 of Wands, 9 of Cups, and the 7 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands. Interesting. And the Ace of Wands. And the Hermit could be a Virgo. If you choose to stay and do the work, there is a new energy, a new initiative that is going to move forward really quickly. And I think you know it's going to be really emotionally gratifying for you. And there is going to be a victory in it. Stay and do the work, Cancer. Certain relationships, you know, you've got to ride the ebbs and flows. You've got to work with the magic though. I think if you decide to dedicate yourself to something that is a little bit more of an uplifted spirit, you might move forward really quickly towards something that you know is a lot more emotionally gratifying. And sometimes there's benefit in silence. Sometimes there's benefit in self-reflection. And I think this might be one of those times. I say that because of the Hermit energy. And what do we know about that Hermit? Well, he's the popular recluse. Doesn't care much for societal norms. He's got his lamp, which is the light, that is automatically reflecting on him. He knows he's illuminated, so he doesn't really need that gratification from anyone. And that's what I love about that Hermit energy. Self-reliant. Pull away from the matrix a little bit, Cancer. Focus on your relationships. But more so than anything, focus on what it is that you're finding so burdensome. And what it is that you can do to illuminate the fact that the only one holding themselves from their luck is you. Relax when you need to. Move forward when you need to. Things will move forward quickly once you decide to realign yourself with contentment. All right, see you soon. Bye.